On, my beautiful family, peace, love, prosperity to all you out there. I just want to take this time to share like this message and this word that that's come to me that I felt like I just got to give out there and like say it. And, maybe I'm at that time of, I guess you could say, my being, my existence, of where I'm having a realization and revelation of like, damn, like it's me. It's always has been me and it always will be me. And I guess what I'm coming at to say is like, within all of this and everything that we're doing and everything that like every day, every moment, it's all has gone into like how you look at it and your perspective and how you interpret it. And like what you're doing there is like you are, essentially like what's let me just break down the chemistry of like what's going on within your mind and your brain. One of the things about your cells is you gotta understand that like they're constantly reproducing and replacing themselves. So what does that mean? Like they're always destroying and always being recreated. Well, what is the origin or the source, or what's kind of like determining what these cells are gonna be? One of the things that what they say is it's called a culture medium, but you have to understand like the term culture medium is just synonymous for your environment. So that's what we really got to speak on here is what is your environment like? So like, but within this, basically what it's to say is like within your mind, your mind is basically like the chemist that can determine the culture medium. Like within stem cell research, what they're basically doing is like they're changing the culture medium, whether it be like skin cells, fat cells, muscle cells, whatever they do, and they change it to like those cells. And they put that in their environment. So then that's like what those cells become, and what like they start reflecting is their reflection of that environment. As you've heard the saying, you are a product of your environment. So like what this really comes down to at the end of the day, and the point of what I'm like making here is is like your environment is so huge here, but like when it comes into like your own being, who you are within your mind, like one of the things is like your brain is the chemist. The chemist is the one who gets to determine the environment. So whatever your thoughts are, whether they be happy or sad, like here's the thing we have to understand, like if you're in a thought of like happiness and love and like these higher like emotions, or like I've heard somebody say elevated emotions, and I love that. But like if you're doing that and being positive and like being like just being very mindful of like what's going on, you're creating yourself a state of being. You're being in a state of like openness and high love, and like what you put yourself into is that state of being is what you're able to attract and bring about to you. But here's the thing: when you've been negative, think about this shit. Just hear me out. Say somebody cuts you off, you're on the freeway and whatnot, and you going to work and whatnot. It's 8 o'clock, 8:30, and you out there and you trying to make it to work. You done been running a little late, so you kind of are a little ticked off, and your mind is not already in the like right state. But at the end of the day, you still like, oh, you got to get to work, so you push in, you go, boom, somebody cuts your ass off, and you start cussing them out. You got a storm, and you just going and going, and you going off the mouth and everything. But think about this shit. Think about this. Let's just say like 5-10 minutes goes after the fact. After this has already happened, and you maybe close to work, already getting there. But now you go to work and you talk about it, you're like, man, check this out. This motherfucker had the nerve to cut me off, and you just going into it and you're reliving, rehashing the moment and coming all those feelings and these emotions. And then what happens? Susie Q does something to piss you off. Boss on some bullshit today. Kids want to act up in school. It gets worse and gets worse and gets worse. And you're like, man, what is going on? Like, why can I not have one day? Why me? Why does this keep happening? But now you get in that mind state. You're in that state of being because you reacted to it. What you have to understand is your energy, your mind is controlling like the aspect of your reality. Anything that goes on within you, your mind is reflecting in that. So if you're in a state of being of sadness and fear and anxiety and stress, what you're going to reflect in your reality is the exact same thing. So if you see yourself as wealth, see yourself as, oh, I'm elite, see yourself as, I'm this God, this divine being, this divinity, if you actually really feel that and imagine that, then why are you reacting to the small little bullshit that goes on? It's just a moment. A moment out of 24 hours, come on. Come on. Especially the ones who tell you, who say y'all got it and y'all know what y'all talking about and everything. Come on. Now look, I'm still learning. You know, I'm still a teacher. I mean, shit, I'm still a student, or I'm a teacher. You know, it's one of the two. But what I gotta say is, this is my little message and my word to y'all. Think about what's going on in your mind. Think about what they got going on right now with everything. COVID-19. You're going to die. Oh, there's not a lot of chance. All you know, if you get it, that's it. But think about the recovery rate. Think about how many people have recovered from this and still going on, still pushing. Think about how many people have died from influenza. I mean, okay, yeah, I'm not going to go on to it. Yeah, that's a controversial topic, but let's just be real here. When you put yourself in a state of fear, a state of worrying, oh, I can't get this. If I contract this, I may die. Oh, I done lost my job, so I can't pay my bill. Oh, my children are not acting up. Like, what am I going to do about childcare? You're worrying, fear. And then, you know, you're hurting yourself on a more physically logical aspect. All I gotta say to you, and my message to all of y'all, is stay up. Don't let this get to you. Don't let your environment reflect you. Like I said, the environment is a huge reflector of what's going on internally and the inside. If you see chaos, clutter, and everything around you, I guarantee you your life is probably chaotic and clustered. I tell you, if you want to change that, change what you got going on here. See yourself in a higher light. See yourself as your dream self, your divine self, the self that you know that you were meant here to be. Do whatever it is, whatever your passion is. My passion is sharing this message, learning and growing and interpreting that, and being able to break it down for y'all to understand. Like, that's what I'm here to do. Like, much love to y'all. Like, honestly, I mean, love if y'all trying to help yourself. At the end of the day, like, you know, I hope the best, but it is what it is. But peace. Thank y'all for tuning in.